All right, good morning everybody. It's Tuesday, May 28th, 2024, just rounding out this month. It seems like we just started this month, but hope you guys had a good Memorial Day weekend. Let's go ahead and jump back and take a look at what happened here on Friday of last week. Obviously yesterday the market was closed early, really wasn't open, and you can take a look and see what happened here. Opened for our Sunday Globex session, tried to hold below the VWAP there, and then all throughout the morning coming into Monday, Memorial Day, you can see price, the bulls were defending VWAP there. In fact, you could have pretty much just bought the VWAP on the pullback and you would have got a nice basic 10-15 point push yesterday if you were a renegade there and you wanted to trade on the holiday. But let's go back to Friday here and take a look at what happened. So we opened up, our first expected resistance level above us here was this level at 53.0675, and sure enough the market opened, came right to our first expected resistance, kissed it, and then got this nice little healthy pullback. If you did short that first resistance level, you did get yourself a nice 10, 11, 12 pullback. From there, or maybe it was more like 11 points. And then we started to get a pretty nice rally. So you could see that the bears tried to pull price back through VWAP there and hold below. Unfortunately for their case, did not quite happen. The bulls came right back in. And then you can see this pushed up to a new high for the day, up through our expected resistance, only to pull back and hold our roadmap level to the tick and the 200 moving average there for a great long opportunity with divergence. You could have got yourself a nice 10-point pop up to this local high. And then we got a nice pullback to hold. For all intents and purposes, that swing that was the morning resistance became the support here for this nice rally going into the middle of the day there. So if you missed out on the pullback to buy the roadmap level to the tick or the 200 moving average, you could have probably bought this pullback into our first resistance level, which became that support at 0675, and you could have rode this whole thing up for another 10, 20 points to the upside. And then you can see a little bit of sideways action in the middle of the day, only to pull back and find support right off of the VWAP again to pop out at the end of the week here. So also interesting to note that price made it all the way up to 50% of the previous day, right? It started to rally, got all the way up to 50% of the previous day, this magenta line, and then just kind of petered out, right? And then at the end of the day here, you can see they tried to go ahead and get back through 50% of the previous day and just kind of petered out there. And that brings us here into, again, Memorial Day, which wasn't really a trading day, right? Where they continued to the upside, getting up through that 50% level to push higher. And now here we are coming into the open this morning. And you can see they once again tried to continue to push in the overnight session here, basically holding off the previous 50% of the previous day and then the VWAP. And now here we are trading right back inside of all that chop. So that brings us to our pre-market for this morning. As you can see, the bulls having a little bit of difficulty right now at VWAP. They kind of, in the overnight session, if we were to scrutinize this, they kind of got below it and tried to hold below. Then they got above it and tried to hold above. And now here they are back below it, and we're holding back below, right, for 3 or 4 tests now. So that brings us here into the open. Let's go ahead and jump up to our higher time frames.